Okay? You ain't getting another nothing out of me. Okay? I need all the mayors and governors to get on the same tune and let y'all people know it's time to strike. Y'all see the mayor of Chicago calling for a strike? Watch this. There are some billionaires and corporate leaders that want us to have sympathy for them, and they have just received the greatest tax cuts at the expense of healthcare and housing and education and transportation and good paying jobs. So here's what we need to do in this moment. If my ancestors as slaves can lead the greatest general strike in the history of this country, taking it to the ultra-rich and big corporations, we can do the same today. I'm calling on black people, white people, brown people, Asian people, immigrants, gay people from around this country to stand up against tyranny and to send a clear message to the ultra-rich and big corporations. We are going to make them pay their fair share in taxes to fund our schools, to fund jobs, to fund healthcare, to fund transportation. Democracy will live on because of this generation. That's how you lead, Brandon. From now on, that's how you lead. Y'all heard what the fuck he said. Stop spending your goddamn money with these corporations. If our ancestors could do it while they getting dog sick on them and they got fire hoses being put on their ass, we can do it too. Ain't no excuse. Cause ain't that motherfucker getting whipped, chained up, none of that shit. Stop spending your money with these bitches. Let them get taxed. No. Add title. Title says might switch sites. I need to get some orange juice. Yeah. Get in there. Yeah. Go live. Shoot over. All right. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Let's find out what I'm seeking. Find out what I'm seeking. Find out what I'm seeking. Let's come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Let's find out what I was teaching. Find out what I was teaching. Find out what I was teaching us. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Today is not a set apart day, but it's still a day that we should give all the praise and all the glory
to the Creator, the first, the last, the Most High Yah. Y'all, we are in a wonderful time. We're in a wonderful time of learning and knowledge. And when we seek and call on the Creator, the first, the last, beginning and the end, you will be answered. He said, Jeremiah 33:3 says, my name is Yah. Follow me. My name is Yah. Follow me. And I will answer you. See, when we answer, this is the time. This is the year recompense. This is the time for us to do what? Speak Him with all our words, speak Him with all our hearts, all our souls, and speak Him with all our might. But we need to know who He is, what He's all about, what He will and will not do. What does the Most High say in His book? Know thy God, then you will know thyself. Know the Most High, and then you know yourself. And let me turn this light on because I'm going to end up needing it anyway, so I might as well go and do it now so I can see. So yesterday, I was just thinking about stuff. I'm always seeking and researching and going and trying to. I'm not just going and researching tonight. I'm going to research history. What was told to us? What is true? What is a lie? What is truth? What is a lie? Because remember, Psalms 83 did not just touch. Psalms 83 did not just touch the scriptures. They touched everything. Remember, Edom did not just touch scriptures. They touched everything. Why? Because Edom was stealing from us. They stole from us by the sword, and that was the prophecy for Edom. In order for us to not know who we are, they had to basically go in and lie about everything. They had to cover everything. And we, as a people, we need to understand and understand this. In order for Edom, the Edomites, to steal from us, to steal out of our banks, the banks that the Israelites, the banks that David and Solomon filled to the brim. When you hear the government say that we are being funded by taxes, it's not the taxes that we pay now. It's the taxes that Solomon and David put into our storehouses. Go look in the scriptures. What did the Most High say about his storehouses? That the king of Egypt stole all of the gold and the silver out of the storehouses of the Israelites that the Most High gave. Remember, Solomon and David ran the whole world. They ran the whole world. And they ran it. They set a kingdom up for 1,000 years. So every year, we had to go and bring in the tithes. And every 3 years, we had to bring in double tithes. So every year tithes, every 3 years tithes. And it was 1,000 years that David and Solomon Peace, hold on, peace and Brookings. And let me make sure they can hear me right here. Yeah, okay. Okay. So Edom, the Most High Yah said Edom will rule by the sword. By the sword. So Edom, in order to get into our storehouses, which is what we call these days now banks, in order for them to do that, they had to do it with the sword. And they had to do it with lying. And they had to do it with thieving. Now, if we knew that us Israelites had banks with money in it, don't you think we would go try to get that money? Don't you think we would go and try to get what was owed to us? The government, the American government, and these other governments, this is why they went crafty counsel against us. If you knew what I know, if you know what I know, you would look at everything different. If you knew what I know and know what I know, you will look at everything different. Now, Edom had to tell us that we came from nowhere, that we have no land, we have no past, we have nothing. Because you can find the Willie Lynch letters, they had to come up with this thing because we knew that we were royalty. We knew that we had land. We knew that we had banks. We knew, so they had to disperse us and they had to take that away from us because we wouldn't bow down. We wouldn't bend. We wouldn't do it. We wouldn't do it because we knew who we were, so they had to take that away from us. And then they had to lie and say we came from somewhere else. We had no heritage. We had nothing. Why? So that Edom can steal out our banks. This was all about theft. And it took 7 countries to band together and come against the Israelites because we were that powerful. We had that much pull. It took that many to come over here on us. And then when they got here, we kept fighting. World War I, that was Israelites. That was the Israelites against everybody else. World War II, Israelites against everybody else. That's what that was about. If you truly knew who Hitler was going after, Hitler wasn't going after the Jews. Hitler was going after the people who was going after the real Israelites. Them people that he was unaliving over there, they're talking about they Ashkenazis and all this kind of stuff. Them people was trying to steal our identity, and they still ended up doing it. And they're stealing out our banks as we speak. They're on our land as we speak. The things that I know, if you knew, you would look at everything different. All you have to do is ask the Most High Yah, he'll show it to you. Hitler was actually trying to help us. He wasn't going against us. He was going against the ones who was trying to steal our identity, and they still stole our identity, and they're stealing out our banks as we look. As I sit here today, and the reason why people have to work and pay taxes is because they're trying to pay the money back. Who is the government in debt to? $35 trillion. Who are they in debt to? They ain't in debt to China. They ain't in debt to the other countries. All these people in debt to us, the Israelites, because they are stealing out our banks. And that's what they don't want you to know. They ain't just steal our land. They ain't just come on in and make us slaves. They stole our name. They stole they're stealing out our banks as we speak. And the scriptures prove it. Edom and all these other people took crafty counsels to not, it wasn't about faith. It was about our storehouses. They didn't care about worshiping the Most High Yah and serving the Most High Yah because they could have did that. All they had to do was follow the laws. They would have got the same treatment that we got. It was about stealing out of our banks. It's about money. It's about greed. That's what it was all about. Now, my class today is about the Gentiles' inherited lies. It's scriptural that the Gentiles inherited lies. I ain't said it. The Tanakh said that they inherited lies. Who is Gentiles? Gentiles is everybody who is not an Israelite. If you're not an Israelite, you inherited lies. If you're not an Israelite, you inherited lies. My class today is going to be the Gentiles inherited lies, and the Israelites inherited the Most High Yah. Do you want to find out today? Or do you want to debate and argue with me because you want to tell the whole world? Because I can hear it. She is a woman and she ain't supposed to be teaching. Well, you a lie. Because that lets me know you ain't read the Tanakh. Because the Most High tells the daughters of Zion to teach a new dirge. What is a dirge? What's a dirge? What's the dirge? He didn't say sons. He said daughters of Zion. Go out and teach a new dirge. Teach it to your friends. Teach it to your families. Teach it to your neighbors. What is it? What is it? What's a dirge? But Paul, that faggot, taught you that a woman is supposed to be quiet. Where does it say it in the Tanakh? It does not say it in there. Only thing it says in the Tanakh is a strange woman cannot teach. You need to know the difference between a strange woman and an Israelite woman. Strange. What did we learn before? If it got the word G-E-R at the end, that means Goyim. What does Goyim mean in Paleo Hebrew? Goyim means strangers, other nations, other people who are not Israelites. So a strange, a girl woman, a goy woman, a woman who is not an Israelite cannot teach. Because then you make the Most High Yah a liar. Because the Most High Yah said, I sent you Aaron, I sent you Moses, and I sent you Miriam as prophets to teach. That makes you make him a liar. He sent Huldah, he sent Deborah, and he sent many more women. You making what he said in the Tanakh a lie. Then he tells us to teach a new dirge. He says, as in the prophets. This is after Deborah. This is after. The prophets is future. And then he tells us to sing a new song. My class ain't even about this today because I've already talked this already. But I can feel somebody. I can feel your energy. She's a woman. She's teaching, violating the law. No, I'm not. You're violating the women. I don't invite people as co-hosts. Because if you're not Yah only, if you're not an Israelite, you can't say nothing to me. Because Deuteronomy 13 says, I am not supposed to hearken to, talk to, fellowship with people who don't serve Yah only. So if you ain't serving Yah only, I ain't supposed to be having no conversation with you. I ain't supposed to be talking to you, dealing with you, doing nothing with you. So if you're not Yah only, you cannot come over here and talk to me. Go and take that somewhere else. See, what happened is I read the book. You didn't. That's why you don't know what I'm talking about. And then you want to come here and tell me what Jesus said, what Paul said, and what Allah said, and what Buddha said. Well, I'm going to let y'all know. Fuck what they said. I do what the Most High Yah tell me to do. I don't care what they say. I don't care what Paul said. I don't care what they said because they don't have authority. They didn't make the law. They didn't create the law. None of these people did. There's only one living God. There's only one. He ain't got no sidekicks. He ain't got no helper. Isaiah 45 tells you, I am the only one who established the heavens and the earth. I am the only living God, and there is no other. I don't know. How can you not understand what he said when he said what he said? So I get my authority from the Creator, the first, the last, the beginning, the end. I don't deal with what Reverend Fatback said, Reverend Ribs say, baby back ribs. I don't deal with what Billy Bob said. Because Psalms 147 says, I only gave the law to Jacob and Israel. And he specifically says in Psalms 147, and I did not give the understanding of the law to the other nations. So if you Ishmael, if you Moab, if you what do you call it, Japhet, Ham, and you come over here and trying to tell me, an Israelite, something, I'm gonna tell you, get out my damn face. I ain't the one. I ain't the one. Go, there's other people out there teaching you some bullshit. Go on to them. Go on to them. I don't play about this. This is no joke to me. I'm not here for entertainment purposes. I ain't here to make no money. I ain't here to do none of that. I am here to let you know the truth. Because the truth will set you free and will set you apart. If you don't want to know the truth, there's plenty of people out there that teaching you that. If you ain't here to learn, get the hell off my channel. Go on somewhere else. And I'm not going to argue with you about what the Most High Yah said. If you don't want to hear what he said, I promise you, you can find plenty of pastors out there teaching you drink blood, eat bodies, and sacrifice babies, and you will be saved. Go find one of them. Because we don't do that round here. And I don't teach worshiping at the foot of man. You don't bow down to no man. A woman don't bow to a man, and a man don't bow down to a woman, because each person Everybody is responsible for your own sins. Nobody can die for your sins. Nobody can be upheld for your sins. A woman cannot stand before the Creator, the first and the last, for her husband's sins. And a man cannot stand before the Creator, the first and the last, for his wife's sins. And you can't stand there for your children, and your children can't stand there for you. You better go read Ezekiel 18. It breaks it down for you. Now that I've gotten this out of the way, that the daughters of Zion can teach. Now that I got it out of the way, that no man can die for your sin and you're responsible for your own sins. Now that I've gotten it out of the way, that I am Yah only, I only pray to him and I only teach about him. Now that I've gotten it out of the way, that you are not supposed to be drinking blood and eating bodies and sacrificing little animals and sacrificing little babies to Moloch. Now that I've told you this, now let's move on with the lesson. I got this one. Let's see where I'm gonna set this one up. Check this one. Talk to my husband. Oh, let me check this and make sure that it's playing on YouTube. Yeah, it's working. All righty, let's get on with this lesson. Now, we know that if you have never been to my channel and never took a class with me, I am Yah only. I teach from the Tanakh only. I believe that the Most High Yah is the only living God. He is the only Savior, and there is no other. And you can find that in Isaiah 45. You can find it, actually, you can find that in Isaiah 43, 44, 45, and 46. I believe that Jesus Christos, he's a stumbling block and he is Lucifer. You can find that in Isaiah 14. You can find that in Amos 5. You can find that in Isaiah 57. You can find that in Daniel. You can find that in the book of Peter. And you can also find that in the book of Revelations. I believe it's 24. Y'all, you're the God that you worship, tells you out of his mouth that he's the bright and morning star. And because he says he's the bright and morning star, if you translate the bright and morning star into Latin, that he is telling you out of his own mouth that he is Lucifer. And if you go into Peter tells the congregation that you have to put the morning star in your heart. The morning star. So the morning star translates to Lucifer. So Peter tells you you have to put Lucifer in your heart. So, and Lucifer, aka Jesus Christo, tells you that the only keys he has is to hell. He don't have keys to heaven. He has keys to hell. And he says, I'm going to prepare a place for you. And he's going to prepare a place for you in hell. Because if you read the Tanakh in Isaiah 45, the Creator, the Most High Yah, the first and last, says this: I created the earth for it to be dwelled on. And the meek will inherit the earth. The children of Israel will inherit the earth. So ain't nobody going to live in heaven. And the Most High Yah tells you that he will return to earth. He tells you that in Malachi. He tells you that in Jeremiah. He tells you that in Amos. He tells you that in Zechariah, that he is returning to earth. So nobody's going to heaven like they teach you in that New Testament. It ain't no leaving earth. If you leave earth, you leaving in a body bag. That's what being harpazo mean in Paleo Hebrew. It means to leave earth and to leave here. And it means to leave brutally. It means to leave brutally. This is why you need to know the languages. This is why you need to know the languages. So y'all gonna get raptured, all right, but not the way you think. Not the way you think, my brothers and my sisters. See, the church did a thing called, let me see, it's in Amos. See, I've read the book. Have you? It's in Amos. See, Lucifer did this, and it was with the Most High Yah's permission. Because the Most High Yah tells you in Deuteronomy 13 that I just sent this as a test to see if you love me. To see if you love me. So he allowed Lucifer to do this. You know, nothing can happen on earth without the permission of the Most High Yah. Without the permission of the Most High Yah. Now, there's something called Shayum that the church did, that Lucifer did. This is, you can actually find this in Amos 5. It should be in your book, Amos 5, and it should be the last one in your book. Mine is 26, but my book is a little bit different. So I have a little bit more information in my book than you do. Now, there's something called Chayum. Chayum means to tell people the things backwards. So if you're going to get BK'd, the Most High allowed Lucifer to tell you you're going to leave and go to heaven. If the New Testament tell you that drinking blood, believing on Jesus, and all these different things will save you, he allowed them to do that to trick you because you are not studying and seeking from the book to show yourself approved to the Most High Yah. So he allowed them to tell you that you will get saved. You're going to fly away and then you're going to get new bodies and all this stuff. Because the Most High Yah allowed this demon, it's called the image of Chayun. See, this is what happens when you study to show yourself approved. Because if you actually read this book and then you read the New Testament, you will realize that everything that's in the New Testament goes against this. It's the exact opposite. And then if you go and read Ezekiel 20, the Most High Yah tells you that He is the one that allowed that book to go out, so you can be destroyed. So you can be destroyed. Go read Ezekiel 20. Y'all don't want to do that. You know how I know y'all not gonna do it and you don't want to do it? 2/3 of the earth will get destroyed. 2/3 of the people will get BK'd. 2/3 of the people will be annihilated. If you read Isaiah 24, let's go to Isaiah 24. Isaiah 24 will break it down even more for you. Then we'll get to the lesson at hand. But sometimes I have to go back and teach people because they don't want to go back and learn. They don't want to go back. They want somebody to tell them. So I have to go over this, seems like every single time. Because there's always somebody that's going to come behind me and say, but what about this? But what about that? But what about this? That means you never went back and read went and studied those other videos. And that means you ain't read this book. Because you would not be asking those questions. Now, Isaiah 24 says this. Let me see where I want to start this is. Let's start at 6. The Most High God says, because of a false oath that you took. What is that false oath? Christianity, Allah, Muslim, Buddha, all that. The Most High God literally says here, because of a false oath that you took. The land is consumed, and those who inhabit it have become disseminated. Do I need to define disseminated for you? I ain't here to be your friend. I ain't here to pat you on your back. We don't have time for that. You got a whole bunch of people who have been patting you on your back for over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. I ain't here for that. I ain't here because I'm trying to get you to like me. I ain't here because I'm trying to get you to donate to me. I ain't here for that. I'm here to either you going to change your evil ways and turn back to the Most High Yah and start serving him only, and following his laws, his statutes, commandments, or I'm here for the second part, for you to get a righteous judgment. Because when you show up in the valley of Jehoshaphat, you know that place called the valley of the final decisions on judgment day. And the Most High is going to tell you, go to the angels of punishment. You will not have an excuse. Why? Because you're going to heard it from out of my mouth that we don't have no other God, that you ain't supposed to be taking oaths with nobody. You ain't supposed to be doing that. You're going to hear today that you have taken a false oath that is going to cause you to get destroyed. And I have the scriptures to back it up. I ain't coming here with what I think. I'm coming here with what I read. Like I said, if you don't like what I'm talking about, there's plenty of people that are teaching you how to go to hell. Go and find them. Now, the Most High Yah says, verse 6, Isaiah 24, because of false oath, the land is consumed, and those who inhabit it have become disseminated. Therefore, and when the Most High Yah says, nevertheless, or when he says, therefore, there's a punishment. The grace of the desolate and the wine and the vine of the forlorn, all glad-hearted people will groan. Rejoicing with timbrels will cease. You're going to stop partying. The noise of the revelers has stopped. Ooh, the tambourine's going to stop. The singing going to stop. And the joy of the harp has ceased. They will not drink wine with songs. Liquor has become bitter to those who drink it. And the desolate city has been broken. Every house, and I said every house, he says every house has been closed against entry. There was a cry for wine in the streets. Y'all gonna be in the streets crying for wine. What season do y'all stand in the streets and drink wine and toast tears? That's New Year's, baby. And all the gladness is going to be darkened. And the joy of the land will become exiled. And then it says, for dust. And you know, when the Most High Yah says dust, ooh, something coming. Shall it be in the midst of the land, among all the nations, as after the beating of an olive tree. Now, what you think it's like for an olive tree to get beaten? All the nations going to be like the beating of an olive tree. Let's see what it's like to see an olive tree getting beaten, so you can see it before your own eyes. What is it like for an olive tree to get beaten? I almost said something else. I had to stop myself. They know this is biblical too. They're giving me biblical references. I don't want that. I want you to see what it's like for somebody to beat an olive tree. They know this is biblical too. Y'all gonna get beaten like an olive tree. Now, what does an olive tree look like after they have beaten it? Right here. What does it look like? Can y'all see that? All the stuff is on the ground. It's naked. It's naked and it's on the ground. It's naked and it's on the ground. The Most High Yah said, I'm going to beat all the nations. I'm going to beat all y'all like the beating of an olive tree. That don't sound like what Christianity teaches you. They teach you're going to get swept away on a fluffy cloud. You're going to have some dinner. Because they lying. And this is how I got to this day, this teaching. And then it says, you will be left like solitary grapes when the harvest is over. Then they yet, what? They will yet raise their voice. They will shout. Who will raise their voice and shout? These are the only people who will be left on the earth. Let's keep reading to see how many people are going to be left on earth. Over the greatness of the Most High Yah, they will shout with great joy, like we did at the Red Sea. Now, what happened at the Red Sea? I know you know what happened at the Red Sea. And therefore, honor the Most High Yah for the lights. In the islands of the sea, honor the name of the Most High Yah, the God of Israel. And then we're going to start singing this song. From the edge of the earth, we have heard song. Glory for the righteous. But I say, my lot is to waste away. My lot is to waste away. Woe is me. The treacherous have dealt with treachery. With the treachery of the treacherous have they dealt treacherously. Fear and pitfall and snare will be upon you nations. All inhabitants of the land, it shall be, whoever flees the sound of the fear will fall into the pit. And whoever rises from in the pit will be trapped by the snare. For windows will be opened from above, and the fountain of the earth will quake. We're going to start singing, broken, broken will be the land. Crumble, crumble will be the land. Trembling, trembling will be the land. Tottering, tottering, the land will totter like a drunkard and sway like a boot. And its sins will weigh heavily upon it, and it will fall and never rise again. And it shall be on that day that the Most High Yah will deal with the host of heavens and with the kings of the earth on earth. He gonna go and deal with the host of heavens. Those are those fallen angels. He gonna deal with them. Then after he deal with their asses, then he coming for the kings of the earth. Oh, he ain't playing. He ain't playing. The Most High said that those did you worship? He's gonna turn them into ash. And he says, and everybody that is worshiping him, he's gonna turn you into ash, just like he turned those demigods into ash. You can read that in Isaiah 57. So all of those demigods that you are worshiping, you know, the ones that came from heaven in the book of Enoch and came down, and started all the bullshit, bringing all the chaos. He's going to deal with them. That's why it says here, he's going to deal with the host of heavens first. Then he coming for the earth. They didn't get away with what they did. They're going to be in hell with the rest of y'all. Then he says here, and they will be gathered together in a gathering, and then you will be a captive in a dungeon, and then you will be in prison in a prison, and after many days they will remember, and then the moon will humiliate you, and the sun will shame you, for the Most High Yah, the Master in legions, will reign in the Mount Zion in Jerusalem, and there will be honor for his elders. Now, what part of you can be saved by some blood from the Creator, the first and last, did you read? Did I just read? What part of that did you get? Hey, y'all saves 3. Peace and blessings. What part of that did you not understand and understand? Do you need me to read it again? What part of that did you not get, that he's not going to just handle? He's not just coming down here to handle us. He's going to get them too. He's going to get them too. They ain't got away with nothing. Now, let's go to the title of the lesson. Now that we got past this, y'all thinking that the Most High Yah, the Creator, the first and last, is coming and we're going to have a great holiday. No, he's coming to BK people. Let's go to Malachi 3 in my book, because I don't have a Malachi 4 in my book. I have Malachi 3 in my book. But you have a Malachi 4. In fact, Malachi's last. And it reads, this is Malachi 3, verse 2. Who can bear the day of the Most High Yah's coming? And who can survive when the Most High Yah appears? So does that sound like he coming to be nice? Don't sound like he coming to be nice to me. He says, who will bear it and who will survive? That's what it says in Malachi 3 in my book. I don't know what it says in yours. Go and check and see what it says. In Malachi 3, verse 2, it says, who? I'm gonna read it one more time. Who can bear the day of the Most High Yah's coming? And who can survive when the Most High Yah appears? That means he ain't coming to play. Did y'all hear that? If you heard that, put a 1. Do you get that he's not coming to play? Put a 1 in the chat. He's not coming to play. This is not no joke. This is not going to be, there's no more playtime. That's done. It's over. Now, as we know, there's going to be reward and there's going to be recompense. It's going to be reward. There's going to be recompense. Recompense means whatever you did, you're going to get a reward. So if you did good things, you're going to get a good reward. If you did bad things, you're going to get a bad reward. That's how the Most High Yah works. He's the yin and the yang. That is what some people call karma. Whatever you sow, you will reap. This is the teaching of the Most High Yah. And the Creator, the first and last, believes in an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. I will read that for you. Deuteronomy 19. For those people that don't think that the Creator does not believe in that. This is the law. We're not reading what religion said. I am reading the law. This is a law that he believes. And I like reading this one right here because I love doing this one. I like reading this one because this is America right here. I love going to Deuteronomy 19, even though it has nothing to do with the lesson. Well, it kind of does. And starting at verse 13. Why? Let's listen to what the Most High God said. This is a law. Your eyes shall not pity him who sheds innocent blood from Israel. So if you shed the blood of an Israelite, innocent blood of an Israelite, they did nothing wrong. They were following the laws, the statutes, commandments, and you shed thy blood. The Most High says, do not pity them. America. And then he says, after that, it'll be good for you if you don't pity the people who shed innocent blood of an Israelite. Then it says here, this is my other favorite one for America. You shall not move the boundaries of your fellows, which one has marked out in your inheritance that you shall inherit. The land belongs to the Most High Yah, and he is the one that gives it to you to possess it. So America has went around stealing everybody's land. They just violated 2 laws. That's why I like reading this, because I know the America's going to get brutally annihilated. Brutal. And then it says here, this is another law. Verse 15, Deuteronomy 19. A single witness shall not stand up against any man in iniquity. So a single man cannot stand up against any man for sin. Or for error regarding any sin that man may have committed. According to 2 or 3 witnesses of a matter, it has to be confirmed by an Israelite. Not other nations, just an Israelite. This is why I'm teaching. This is why the Most High Yah has us right in this season of teaching. Why? Because you cannot be found guilty of iniquity without 2 to 3 witnesses of an Israelite of sin. So in order for the Most High Yah to have a righteous judgment against you on the valley of the day of the valley of Jehoshaphat, when he gathers everybody down there, you had to have heard it out of the mouth of 2 to 3 Israelites of what sin is and that you're committing it. I'm one. I'm sure 2 or 3 other people have come across your page and you ignored it. But because you've heard this out my mouth, you will get a righteous judgment. Meaning, when he put you to death, your death will be on iniquity because you knew you was committing sin, because you were told out of my mouth. Now, the Most High Yah says, let's keep learning. The judges shall inquire thoroughly, and behold, if the testimony was false testimony, if somebody testifies falsely against somebody of his fellow, you shall do to him as he conspired to do to his fellow. So whatever you tried to do to that person, we're supposed to do it to you. Why? Evil person from your midst. And those who remain shall hearken in fear, and they shall not continue to do such evil things in your midst. Why? Your eye shall not pity them, because a life for a life, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a hand for a hand, and a foot for a foot. Whatever somebody did, it will get done back to them. Malachi says, I am the Most High Yah. I do not change. His laws do not change. So whatever you did, he's going to do it back to you. Whatever you did, he's going to do it back to you. So if you came on somebody's land and genocided some people, he's going to genocide you. Why do you think Edom, in the end, will get genocided? And anybody that goes along with them is going down with them. Why do you think they're going to get genocided? What is Edom doing? Edom's going to get genocided because Edom committed genocide. And they're still doing it to this day. Didn't the orange dude just drop bombs on Venezuela? So what you think gonna happen to them? They drop bombs on people. What you think gonna happen to them? The Most High says, life for a life, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, hand for a hand, foot for a foot. He says here that whatever they do, whatever they conspire to do against his fellow, do it back to them. So what you think the Most High Yah gonna do to them? They over there dropping bombs on people. What do you think gonna happen? And the Most High said, I do not change. So what you think gonna happen to them? That's why I say step back and let them do them. Because everything they doing gonna come back on them. They're gonna make America gone again. Now, let's go to Jeremiah 16 and 19. Now, the teaching today is Gentiles inherited lies, and in Israel we inherit Yah. The Gentiles inherited lies, but Israel will inherit Yah. Let's go to Jeremiah 16. Let's find out what the Most High Yah is teaching. Come on in the room. Woo. Come on in the room. Let's find out what I was teaching. Find out what I was teaching. Find out what I was teaching. Let's come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Let's find out what I was teaching. Let's find out what I was teaching. Let's find out what I was teaching. Let's come on in the room. Let's come on in the room and let's find out what the thus says the Most High Yah. Now, the Most High Yah says in Jeremiah 16 this. Let's start with verse 14. However, behold, the days are coming. These are the words of the Most High Yah. When it will no longer be said, the Most High Yah lives. who took the children out of Israel from the land of Egypt. So people were saying that the Most High Yah is dead, he's done away with, it's done, the law done, and he dead, and somebody else came, and his name is Jesus. But, you know, when the Most High Yah says, nevertheless, rather, but, something else will come. He said, but, rather, as the Most High Yah lives, who took out the children of Israel out of the land of the north and from the land where he scattered them, I shall return them to their land, which I gave to their forefathers. So we're going back to the land. We ain't climbing off we're not climbing on a ship and going to heaven. We're not climbing on the clouds going to heaven. We're going back into the land. Behold, I shall send many fishermen. These are the words of the Most High Yah. I'm a fisherwoman right here. And I will fish them out. Who am I fishing out? The children of Israel, the ones who want to serve the Most High Yah, the first, the last, the beginning, and the end. And afterwards, I shall send many trappers. So he's going to send people like me out to go follow the Most High Yah, follow his laws, his statutes, commandments, pray to him only, you'll be saved. And then he's going to send trappers. And they will trap them atop of every mountain and every hill, from the crevices into the rock. And he said, well, my eyes are upon all of their ways. They are not hidden before me. Didn't I tell you that the Most High Yah writes down everything you did? He said, all your ways, everything y'all did, I see it. It's not hidden. You know, like they teach you in the New Testament that the crimson blood has your sins. Why? It's a motherfucking lie. Now listen to what he said. My eyes are upon all your ways, and they are not hidden from before me. And their sins is not concealed before my eyes. Oh, your sins ain't concealed before his eyes. Oh, what did they tell you? The crimson blood. Well, that contradicts what it just read. I just read it right here. Now, somebody lying. Either the Tanakh, which y'all call the Old Testament, is lying, or the New Testament lying. One of these books are lying. And I believe this book is telling the truth. Why? Because there's a lot of thus says the Most High Yahs in here. And there ain't none in that New Testament. There's a lot of Paul, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John said. There's a lot of Jesus said. But there ain't no thus says the Most High Yah said in that book. So I'm going to take it from the words out of the mouth of the Most High Yah, because the Most High Yah says, listen to me and be saved. Hearken to me and be saved. Call on me and be saved. Call on my name and I will answer you. He didn't say call somebody else. He didn't say somebody else can save you. The Most High Yah said, I am the only Savior. That's in Isaiah. Now, he the only Savior. He the only one you're supposed to listen to. Then why would I go over in a book where he ain't talking and think I'm going to be saved by some crimson blood when he just said right here in Jeremiah 16. Because see, you've been deceived. You've been lied to. You've been hoodwinked. And he says here, my eyes, verse 17, are upon all of their ways, and they are not hidden from before me. And their sins is not concealed before my eyes. And then he says this one, I shall repay you. Then, first, for the repetition of their forefathers' sins and transgressions, for having desecrated my land. Do I need to read that again? Do I need to read that again? Because you did what? You kept repeating the sins of your forefathers. And you desecrated my land. And you did disgusting abominations. And you had the detestations filled into the Most High Yah's heritage. Do I need to read this again for the people in the back? Why is he going to come and brutally kill almost everybody on earth? Why? Let's read it one more time. So you won't be like, she's teaching me. I ain't teaching. Man, I'm teaching the truth. And I'm going to tell you one more again. The truth will set you free. And it will set you apart. Because you're going to start walking right, singing right, talking right, and praying right on the battlefield when you hear this. Or you're going to keep going and you're going to get brutally killed because you were told. I don't come here to argue. I don't come here to play around. I don't come here to kiki or hee. I ain't coming here to be your friend. I'm coming here to make sure your judgment is righteous. That's why I'm here. You can find somebody else to go play with. I ain't the one. You can go find you a little friend on the playground. Y'all can go on over to the church and eat baby back ribs on Sunday and drink some blood. Go on, do that. And sing to Jesus. We don't do that around here. We follow the laws, the statutes, and commandments around here. Now let's keep reading. Why? Is the Most High Yah says, I'm going to repay you. He says, I'm going to repay you. That's recompense. Recompense. Go look up the word recompense. That means to be repaid for your actions. To be repaid for your actions. Everything you've done. Let me read this right here. Then I'll go back to that. This is First Enoch chapter 104. And you will not have to hide on the day of great judgment. And you will not be found as sinners. And the continuous judgment will be far from you, far from all the generations of the world. And now, do not fear, you righteous. How are you righteous? You follow the laws, the statutes, and commandments. You righteous. When you see sinners growing strong and prospering in their ways, do not be companions with them. Don't hang around them. Don't talk to them. Don't befriend them. Stay away from them. Did you hear that? That's called sound confirmation. He says, do not be companions with them, but keep far away from their violence, for you will become the companions of the host of heaven. So we're going to start living. He says, y'all going to become the companions with the host of heaven. Why? Because the Most High Yah and all the angels are going to come down here with us. So if you want to hang out with the Most High Yah and walk with him in the cool of the day, then you're going to stop hanging around wicked people. Birds of a feather flock together. Then he says here, and although the sinners say all of our sins are not searched and they are not written down. Now here we go. The sinners are saying, my sins aren't searched. My sins aren't written down. My sins are covered by the crimson blood. Here's the Most High Yah saying, nevertheless, they will be searched out and they are written down. All are your sins every day. Precept upon precept brings joy to the heart, and it will save your soul. Now, let's go on back to Jeremiah, because that's two witnesses against your sin. We're being seen. They ain't been covered by no crimson blood. The Most High Yah says right here, my eyes are upon all of your ways. They are not hidden from before me. Their sins is not concealed before my eyes, and I shall repay them first. So before he reward us, he coming for y'all first. And how do I know that there's so many precepts saying in this tonight that we're going to see the Most High Yah come and destroy y'all, and we're going to start doing the Cabbage Patch. We're going to be doing the Running Man, and we're going to be dancing, and we're going to be singing, and we're going to be shouting, and we're going to be cheering when he do it. It's too many of us cheering and joining, and we're going, because the wicked will be gone before our eyes. I'm gonna be behind the Most High Yah, looking behind and going, America, he got you. Now, the Most High said, why is he coming for y'all first? He's going to come and get y'all first. So these people talking about all this other stuff, we are going to see it with our own eyes. The Most High Yah says in Isaiah 52, we're going to see him do it. We're going to see him do it. We're going to see it. And we're going to start cheering and going, we're going to, we're going to be happy. You know, they threw our children in with alligator bait. They stuffed our hair into pillows. Some of them even ate us for dinner. You know, the book, the Delectable Negro. Oh, I want recompense for my ancestors. You know that strange fruit hung on the trees? They took some of our people out in the woods and unalived them brutally. And these are people I know I'm talking about. Not what I heard. It's people I know that this was done to. So this happened in my lifetime. And I'm just 50. You think I ain't gonna cheer? You think I ain't gonna cheer? He said, don't pity him. I don't pity them at all. In fact, I can't wait. Every day I wake up and pray it's the day. Today, you're going to get them for all the wickedness that they did. For the babies, and the children, and my ancestors. I don't forgive you. I don't pity you. There's nowhere in here it says I'm supposed to pity you. There's nowhere here I says it's not in this book. I ain't supposed to forgive you. Because he says, I'm going to do to you everything that you did. So all those hangings that y'all did of the strange fruit of our ancestors is coming, baby. It's coming. The starvation and the hunger and the pestilence and the lie and the stealing and the unaliving. That y'all did. In the name of Jesus. It's coming. Oh, a day of repayment and reckoning is coming. And then it says here, because you kept repeating the sins of your forefathers, and you kept transgressing my laws, you kept desecrating my land, and you did disgusting abominations. You kept doing them, and you kept detesting and filling my heritage with detestable things. Y'all think y'all getting away with this? You think I come here to say kumbaya, to sing with you, and we're going to hold hands and we're all going to fly away in heaven together? No, I'm coming here to tell you your ass is grass. Then, verse 19, the Most High Yah, he is my strength. And the Most High Yah is my stronghold. And the Most High Yah is my refuge on that day of distress. And then the Most High Yah says to you nations, you're going to come from the ends of the earth. And you're going to say, it was lies that our ancestors inherited. And we worked in futility, and it has no purpose. And then the Most High Yah said, can a man make gods from himself? And then the Most High Yah, there are no gods. It's just me. Y'all ain't read this book. Because nobody be going, Jesus, Jesus. Nobody be going, Allah Buddha. You wouldn't be doing it. When I read it, I knew. I was like, oh. Most High is the only creator, the first and last, the beginning. Ain't nobody else but him. Let me stop this mess before I get BK with y'all. Y'all don't want to know the truth. Y'all don't want it. See that? Isaiah 44:20. Let's find out what the Gentiles are going to get. What else is going to happen to you, old Gentiles? What else going to happen to you? This is what you finna inherit. You think you're going to fly away? What's that song? I fly away to glory. I fly away, hallelujah, when I die, hallelujah, bye-bye. You're going to get becayed. That's what's going to happen to you. You ain't flying no damn where. Then the Most High Yah says in Isaiah 44, verse 19, he does not take it to heart. He has neither wisdom nor sight. This is the Gentiles. To say, I have burned half of it in the fire and have baked bread on the coals. I have roasted meat and eaten it. I shall make the remainder into an abomination. Shall I bow down to a stalk of tree? The shepherd is but ash. A foolish heart deceives him. He does not save his soul. He does not say, is there falsehoods in my right hand. He says, you bow down to a stalker tree. What tree y'all bow down to? And he said, you don't even ask yourself, is this falsehoods? What tree do y'all bow down to? What tree do y'all bow down to? Y'all wear it around your neck and you kiss it. That's the tree you're bowing down to. Let's go to Ezekiel 13. Verse 6. This is Ezekiel 13. And they saw a worthless vision and false divination. They say, the word of the Most High Yah. But the Most High Yah didn't send them. Yet they expect that their word will be confirmed. You have not envisioned a worthless vision, uttered a false divination. You said the words of the Most High Yah when the Most High Yah didn't speak to you. Therefore, thus says the Most High Yah, because you have spoken worthless words and have seen false visions, therefore, behold, I am against you. In the words of the Most High Yah, our Elohim. These are the words of the Most High Yah, our Elohim, not Paul, not Ezekiel, not somebody else, not mine. These are the words of the Creator of the heavens and the earth. He said, my hand will be against the prophets who see worthless visions and who divine falsehood. They will not be among the council of my people. Oh, there's a difference between y'all prophets and then his people. You know, Reverend Fatback, the reason why I put this in here, so y'all, because you're gonna say the Reverend this and Pastor this. But he says these people are false, and they are not among the council of my people. Nor did they be inscribed in the record of the house of Israel. They were not. Nor will they enter upon the soil of Israel. They will know that I am the Most High Yah, because, and again, because they led my people astray, saying peace, but there is no peace. Is it building a partition? They are even smearing it with plaster. So to those who smear my laws with plaster, it will collapse. They will be pouring rain. And as for you, huge hailstones shall fall, and a storm wind shall break forth. Then behold, all of the walls will fall. Surely it will be said to you, where is the dab of your smear? Where is the smear that you whitewash my laws with? Where is it? You covered my laws with a whitewash. And he said, why? Where is it now? And therefore, thus says the Most High Yah, I will cause a storm wind to break out in my wrath, and there will be pouring rain in my anger, and with huge hailstones in my wrath, and to cause annihilation, to cause annihilation. I'm going to say it one more time. To cause annihilation of the false prophets. What part of this do you not understand? And I will break down the wall that you smeared with whitewash, with plaster, and bring it down to the ground. And its foundations will be bare. The foundations of your religion, the foundations of your pastors, you know, the blood will be brought down to the ground, and the foundations of it will be bare for the whole world to see that it's false. And it will fall. And after it falls, he says it one more time. You will be annihilated within. Brutally annihilated. I keep telling you, where you think I'm getting this from? You think I'm getting this because I'm trying to scare you, or because I read it? Believe me, when I sat down and took the time and seeked from the book of the Most High Yah and looked at what he said, I changed my ways. I started walking a different way. I started walking. I don't walk to the left or the right of the law no more. I follow these laws. Why? Because I don't want to get annihilated. If I don't do the laws and I don't follow them, and if I speak it and don't do it, he gonna annihilate me too, and I would deserve it. He says, I will break down the wall that you smeared with whitewash, and I will bring it down to the ground. Its foundations will be bare for everybody to see, and it will fall, and then you will be annihilated within. Then you would know that I am the Most High Yah. This is why people don't like the God of the Old Testament, because he about that life. I keep telling you about that life. He wants to see somebody be about it and not talk about it. He'll be about it, God. Y'all God is a talk about it God, but nothing ever happens. Y'all still waiting on that rapture, right? Then y'all move the day again and again and again. He said, I'm coming to get you, and I'm going to show up on the clouds in the air. Ain't nobody coming to get you but the Most High Yah. And he says, I'm going to annihilate you for whitewashing my law. That's what it says here. You plastered it with whitewash. Now, it's up to you after you didn't heard the words that are coming out my mouth. What you want to do. Because, see, that's the good thing about the Creator, the first and last. He lets you choose whether you're going to get brutally annihilated or whether you're going to live. Let's go to Ezekiel 22. Let's go down to 23. These are the words of the Most High Yah that came to me, saying, Son of man, say to her, you are a land that has not been cleansed, that has not been rained upon. On the day of fury, there is a conspiracy of her prophets in her midst, like a roaring lion that tears its prey. They have devoured souls. They have taken away Jerusalem. Let's hear that they have taken away Jerusalem's what? Treasures. What did I tell you that they did? They stole from us. You have devoured souls. They have taken away Jerusalem's treasures and worth. They have increased her widows in her midst. Y'all's priests have what? Have what? Robbed the Torah. You desecrated the Most High Yah's sanctities. You did not distinguish between the holy and the profane. And they did not make known the difference between contaminated and purified. They hid their eyes from the Sabbath days, and y'all became profane among them. Do I need to read this again? What did the preachers do? What did Reverend Fatback do? What did Reverend Billy Bob do? Let's read it again. You conspired, O prophets of the other nations. In your midst, you came like a roaring lion to tear its prey. You devoured the souls of the people. You taken away Jerusalem's treasures and work. You stole out of the Most High Yah's storehouses. Then, not only that, now you're getting souls to go to hell. Then you went into the storehouses of Jerusalem, of Israel, and took the money out their banks. Then after you did that, you did what? You increased the widows in your midst, killing the fathers, letting the women go without a caretaker for their children. Then your priests robbed the Torah. So you went in the Torah and you robbed the Torah. How did you rob the Torah? You took the Torah and added a book to it, and you took away. You went against Deuteronomy 13 when he says, do not add to and do not take away. And you did just that, Christians. You did that, just that, Buddha. You did that, Muslims. You added to and you took away from his Torah. The Most High, he said, and the Most High, the mind is capitalized. So you ain't talking about the Most High, God, the first and the last. You took from his Torah. You robbed his Torah. Then you desecrated his sanctity. The Most High God's sanctity, mind is capitalized. His sanctity, the sanctified ways, sanctified and righteous ways. You desecrated them with blood and eating bodies and sacrificing. We don't do that. Desecrated it. You got his book, his Torah in your church. Handing it out to people with an added book and the taking away of the book. And then you are sitting there with the sanctified day telling them that Jesus Christos is the Sabbath day. That you don't have to fulfill the Sabbath no more because Jesus Christos is your Sabbath. Pray on him for the Sabbath. You a motherfucking lie. You a liar. The angels celebrate the Sabbath. Who do you think you are? To think you are better than the creator, the first and the last? He said the Sabbath is the Sabbath, and it will be Sabbath forever, never, never, never. The law is the law, and we'll be doing the law forever, never, never, never. He said, when I take the law away, I'll take everything away. Before I take my law away. Do you still see the sun and moon? Do you still see? Son, did you wake up this morning and was the earth still here? Then the law still here. And the law says we do the Sabbath. The law says we follow the law to the T, and we do it, and we do it, and we do it. It didn't die on the cross with some damn man in a diaper. It did not. And this man did not become our Sabbath. You're lying. And then you did not distinguish between the holy and the profane. You are telling people it is okay to drink blood and eat body. And when the Most High Yah tells you in Deuteronomy, in Exodus, and in Leviticus, we are not to drink blood. We're not to eat bodies. If you do, you will be cut off and you'll be taken off earth. And Jesus Christos himself tells you out his mouth to drink blood and to eat the body. Y'all, precious JC tells you to sin. And then you did not make known the difference between contaminate and purified. You are contaminated when you take blood onto you. The Most High Yah said, I do not listen to your prayers. I do not listen to your prayers because you got blood on your hands. Y'all praying to nobody. The only one that can answer prayers is the first and last, the creator, the first and last, the creator, the first and last. Let me say it one more time. He's the only one that can answer prayers, the first and last, the creator, the Most High Yah. He's the only one can answer prayers. And if you got blood on your hand, you done been baptized in the blood of Jesus, he is not listening to your prayers. You realize when my prayers get answered, your prayers are getting answered by a demon. Not by the Most High God. The Most High Yah says, listen to me. I'm sorry, this is Isaiah 51. Listen to me, O pursuers of righteousness, seekers of the Most High Yah. Look to the rock from which you've been hewn, who hewn you, the Most High Yah. And at the hollow of the pit on which you were dug out of. Look to Abraham, your forefather, and to Sarah, who bore you. For when he was yet alone, did I summon him, and I blessed him and made him many. For the Most High Yah will comfort Zion. He will comfort all the ruins. He will make her wilderness back to Eden, and her wasteland back to the Garden of Eden. Joy and gladness will be found there, thanksgiving and sound of music. He didn't say, look to Jesus. He said, look to me. He said, look to Abraham and Sarah, our forefathers, not Reverend, Pastor, all these other people. Why? Because Abraham called on Abba Yah alone. Sarah talked to Abba Yah alone. They hearkened to him alone. They didn't talk to nobody else. And they weren't drinking no bud and needing no bodies. This is the forefather and the foremother we're supposed to be patterning ourselves after. Nobody else. The spirit of the Isaiah 61. The spirit of the Most High Yah is upon me. And because the Most High Yah has anointed me to bring the tidings to the humble, just like David says in Psalms 51. He has sent me to bring up the brokenhearted, to proclaim freedom to the captives, and to proclaim to the imprisoned release from bondage, to proclaim a year of favor unto the Most High Yah and a day of vengeance. I told you the Most High Yah got a day of favor. He got a day of recompense. He got a year of recompense and a day of vengeance. Where y'all think I'm getting that from? This is your chance. Take this while you still have it. Do you wake up today in your right mind and your left mind? Do you still have eyes? Are you still able to hear? Can you speak? Can you? Do you have a heart that wants to be saved? Do you want to be saved by the Creator, the first and last, the Most High Yah? Then you need to call on him, and you need to follow his laws, and you need to repent for serving at the foot of a man, foot of a demigod, and drinking blood, eating body, and following rituals that are not of the Creator. You want to be saved? That's how you get saved. You keep his Sabbaths and you keep his laws. They are not hard. The Most High Yah says, I have a year favor. And he says, I have a day of vengeance. This is no joke. I didn't come to play with you. I didn't come here to kumbaya you. I didn't come for that. Let's go back to Ezekiel. Why? It's the Most High Yah pissed. You stole out of the children of Israel's treasures. You devoured souls. You increased widows. The priest robbed his Torah. You desecrated his sanctities. You did not distinguish between the holy and the profane. And you did not make known the difference between contaminated and purified. You hid the eyes of the people from the Most High Yah's Sabbath. You made the Most High Yah profane among the people because you told the people that the Most High Yah came down and had sex with a woman. You blaspheme his name every day. The Most High Yah says in Isaiah 52, y'all blaspheme my name every single day. You made him profane. Then your officers within her. You were like wolves. You tore prey. You shed blood. You destroyed souls. And you got unjust gain. You passed the collection plate. And your prophets, he says it again, smeared, plaster. You whitewashed my laws and made them worthless. He said you define falsehoods. And you said the Most High Yah is speaking, and he did not speak to you. This is what the Gentiles will receive. This is your reward. And this is why you're going to get the recompense that you deserve, because you did all of this. Billy Graham and all of y'all. Oh, he got a super hot spot waiting for him in hell. That's cool. I'm not going to read all of this, but the Most High gets specific at the people he going to destroy. Let's go to Ezekiel 25. The Most High says, prophesy against Ammon. These are the words of the Most High Yah that came to me. Son of man, direct your face towards the children of Ammon. Prophesy against them. So the Ammonites, you're going to get destroyed. You better find out if you're an Ammonite or not. Then the Most High says, prophesy against Moab and Seir. And you know who Seir is. Seir is Edom. He says, prophesy against Moab and Seir. Seir, I'm coming for you. Then he said, prophesy against Edom. I'm coming for you. Then the Most High said, prophesy against Tyre. I'm coming for you. Then the Most High Yah says, prophesy against the Philistines. I'm coming. That's about 5 pages against Tyre. It's all of these pages I'm turning. This is about Tyre, how he gonna beat their ass, how he gonna get them. He says, prophesy against the king of Tyre. Oh, the lamenting. They're gonna lament. Then he says, prophesy against Zidon. Not Zion, Zidon. Then he says, prophesy against Egypt. Now, this is after the first time. So he's coming after Egypt again. He said, prophesy against Egypt. He's coming against you, Egypt. Then he says, prophesy against Assyria. I'm coming for you, Assyria. He says the nations of Assyria will mourn. He says, lament for Pharaoh in Egypt. He says, lament for Egypt and her allies, Assyria, Elam, Meshach, Tubal, Edom, and the princes of the north, and Zidon. He says, because I'm coming for you. Is that the last one? 30. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and he says, woe to all the priests and all the shepherds, all the kings. Woe to you. Woe. Why? Thus says the Most High Yah, woe to the shepherds of Israel who have tended themselves and has not tended my flock. And the choice of eating. Why? Because your choice of eating and the wool you wear and the healthiness of your slaughter and the rest of your flock, you did not tend. You only tended to yourself. He said, Israel, I'm coming for you who led my children down the wrong road. Woo! And then the Most High said, after this, I will seek my flock. He says, then I will gather them after I get through whooping up on all these people. Now, what is our reward? He says, I will separate the guilty from the innocent. Oh, the wheat from the tares. He said, I'm going to separate the guilty from the innocent. And as for you, my sheep, thus says the Most High Yah, behold, I am judging between the lamb and the lamb, and the ram and the he-goat. And it is not enough that you graze in good pasture, that you must also trample the rest of your pasture under the foot. It is not enough that you drink settled water, that you must also befoul the rest of the feet. And my flock must they graze the trampling of your feet and the drinking of the belmont of your feet. Therefore, thus says the Most High Yah, behold, I am here, and I shall judge between the robust lamb and the famished lamb. Because you pushed with flank and shoulder, and you gored all the frail ones. Because you, with your horns, until you scattered my flock away from me. Because you did that, you were guilty. You turned us away. What did you do? You told us to worship at the foot of a man hanging on a wood tree and to drink his blood and eat his body and profane the Sabbath and worship on a day that is not of Abba. And you told us the laws was done away with, that they were fulfilled. And you're lying. He said, I'm coming for you. That's Ezekiel chapter 34, starting at verse 17. Now, I'm done talking about y'all. Let's go and see what Israel will inherit. I'm done talking about y'all wicked asses. Now, let's go to Isaiah 2. Isaiah 2, starting at verse 2. And it will happen in the end of days. Let's read that again. And it will happen in the end of days. So this ain't happened yet. The mountain of the temple of the Most High Yah will be firmly established as the head of mountains, and it will be exalted above the hills, and all the nations will stream to it. Oh, do we even know where the mountain of Most High Yah is? You don't. Everybody's arguing about it right now. It's in Africa. It's over in the Middle East. It's in Asia. It's in America. So this ain't happened yet. Many people will go to what? And say, come let us go up to the mountain of the Most High Yah, to the temple of God, the God of Jacob. And he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in the paths. From Zion will the Torah come forth. These are the words that have come from the Most High Yah in Jerusalem. And then he will judge among the nations, and he will settle the arguments of many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. And the nations will not lift a sword again against nation. And they will no longer study warfare. Do y'all still see war? Again, this ain't happened yet. Trump just dropped bombs on Venezuela. So you know war's still here. And, O house of Jacob, come, let us walk by the light of the Most High Yah. For you have abandoned your people, the house of Jacob, because they were filled with sorceries of the east. We got wicked teachings from the east. So then where are the good teachers coming from? They're going to be coming from the west. Because we got sorceries from the east. We're going to learn the righteousness from the west. And you learn wicked divination, like the Philistines, and then you were content themselves with the children of foreigners. What would I say we supposed to be? We ain't supposed to be hearkening to these people. How many times I done told you we ain't supposed to be hearkening to these people? He said you were content yourself with the children of foreigners. You have contented yourselves with the children of foreigners. You are hearkening to the children of foreigners, and we ain't supposed to be doing that. Israel. You learning from Billy Bob instead of learning from Rashad. You're learning from Biff instead of learning from Tyrone. You're learning from Jesus instead of learning from Joshua. You're learning from Felipe instead of learning from David. And you're pissing the Most High off. They don't know what they're talking about. Because he said that you're learning their sorceries. And then their lands have become full of silver and gold, with no end of its treasures. Its land have become full of horses, with no end of its treasures. Then its land have become full of false gods. Why? Because they're stealing from us. Their land is full of false gods and our gold and our silver. He says each one of these people, the children of the foreigners, they bow down to their own handiwork. They bow down to what their fingers have made. And y'all are worshiping their gods with them. Y'all listening to the children of the foreigners. Jesus gonna save us. All I'm gonna do it. Won't all I do? Won't Buddha do it? These are the Most High Yah said they created these things on their own. The children of the foreigners created this. He had nothing to do with it. He said, Jacob, you are listening to the people of the foreign children of the east and their sorcery and their divination and their false gods. I just read that to you. It just came up out of Isaiah. The Most High says, he says, humankind, have you bowing to man? Do you see this? There's a difference between human beings and humankind. I keep telling you this. He distinguished this in this book. There's a difference between humankind and human beings. Humankind got y'all bending down to idols. And the Most High Yah says, enter the rock and be hidden in the ground because of the fear of the Most High Yah. And from the glory of the Most High Yah's greatness, humankind's haughty eyes will be brought low, and men of arrogance will be humbled. He said, humankind, not human beings. And the Most High Yah alone, let me read that again. The Most High Yah alone will be exalted on the great and terrible day. Alone. Alone. What part of alone did you not hear? I just read that to you. Alone. This is in Isaiah chapter 2. He said, alone will I be exalted on that great and terrible day. Won't be nobody else but him. The Most High Yah loves you so much that he is warning you. He said, I would not do anything without telling the prophets first. So he told the prophets everything from the beginning to the end, from the root to the tutor. It's all written out right here. Things going to happen, when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. All you got to do is sit down and read the book. Let's read. This is Amos 9. Oops, my thing getting dry. Let me get another one. Amos 9, starting at verse 7. And it reads, behold, you are like the children of Cushite to me, O children of Israel. These are the words of the Most High God. Did I not bring you up, Israel, from the land of Egypt, as well as the Philistines from Captor, Aram from Ker? Behold, the eyes of the Most High Yah are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from upon the face of the earth. What part of this do you do not get? But I will not totally destroy the house of Jacob. Do you hear, Jacob? He said, I will not totally destroy the house of Jacob. These are the words of the Most High Yah. Well, behold, I decree that I will shake out the house of Israel among all the nations, as a grain is shaken in a sheaf, and not a pebble will fall to the ground of Israel, and they will perish by the sword, all descendants of my people, those who say, not because of us will evil approach any sooner. Did you hear that? Do I need to slow that one down? Those who say that the sword is not coming. You sound like the wicked people. The wicked says he doesn't see my sins. Get on over there. They will perish by the sword, all the sinners of my people. Those who say, not because of us will the evil approach any sooner. On that day, I will raise up the fallen booth of David, and I will repair their branches and raise up its ruins, and I will build it up in the days as in the days of old, so that they upon whom my name is called may inherit the remnant of Edom and all the nations. We're going to be back on top again. These are the words of the Most High Yah, who shall do this. Behold, days are coming. These are the words of the Most High Yah, when a plowman will meet the reaper, and the treader grapes will meet the woman who carries the seed. And the mountains will drip juice, and all the hills will melt, and I will return the captivity of my people Israel, and they will rebuild desolate cities and settle in them. And they will plant vineyards, and they will drink wine, and they will cultivate gardens, and they will eat the fruits. And I will plant them upon the land, and they will never again be uprooted from the land that I have given them, says the Most High Yah, your God. This is our reward for following the laws, the statutes, and the commandments. For seeking the Most High Yah with all our hearts and with all our soul, for calling on Him and Him only, for not drinking blood and eating bodies, for keeping the Sabbath holy and set apart. This is our reward. Let's go to Zechariah. You know what? I am going to play a little song because I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. But next will be Zechariah 14. I don't get it now. Yeah. Okay, let me play a little song real quick. Did I bring the remote? Yep. I ain't going nowhere. Why you jumping up? It's my dog. I'm just going to the potty. I pray that this is edifying to you. I pray that you are writing down these precepts, and then you're going back and you're meditating on the words of the Most High Yah, and then you're seeking and you start seeking Him with all your heart and all your soul, because this is the only way you will be saved. This is the only way you will be saved. See. I knew that was going to happen. It happens every time. All right, I'll be right back.
It shall be our righteousness if we observe all His commandments before God. as he has commanded. Praise you, Father.
Let me long, it may go well with you. I'll do. Come get your snack. Come get it. Come on. Come get it. Come here. Here you go. Here. Oh, self. I'll do. You want this? Hey. I'll do. Here you go, baby. I'll do. Yeah, I'll do. Don't matter, don't commit adultery. You will not see. Even lie to your neighbor, for it's not yours will. Don't desire, covet anything that is, and I'll do, yeah, I'll do. That is the 10 Commandments. Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, I'll do. I'll do, and I'll do. Say, yeah, I'll do. Yeah. Yeah. I'm checking my sound real quick, and then we'll get back started. Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, I'll do. I'll do. Oops, I didn't mean to go out. I'll do. And I'll do. Yeah, I'll do. Leave that dog alone. Check the other. Even lie to your neighbor, oh, it's not yours will. Don't desire, covet anything that is, and I'll do. I'll do. Yep, that's it. It's working. I'll do. I'll do. Yeah, I'll do. I like Sounds of Sinai. It's Sounds of Sinai because all of their songs are scriptural. You can find all of their songs are Tanakh based. Now we're going to be Zechariah 14, 8 through 12. Check over here, make sure there's nothing else I want to read over here. No. All right, so, and it shall be on that day, spring water will flow out of Jerusalem. Half of it will flow to the eastern sea, and the other half to the western sea. There we go. To the eastern sea and the western sea. And this will be in summer and in winter. And the Most High Yah will be king over all the land. And on that day, the Most High Yah will be one, and his name will be one. Let me read that again. The Most High Yah will be one, and his name will be one. That means there's no there. He's going to be by himself. He don't got no sidekicks. He ain't Batman and Robin. It's just Batman. He's the only one. The Most High is the only one. He's Superman. Superman don't have a sidekick. He ain't Batman and Robin. Now, this will be in the summer and in winter that the water will flow to the eastern sea and to the western sea. And this and the Most High Yah will be the king over all the land. On this day, the Most High Yah will be one, and his name will be one. And the entire land will change to a plain. So there's going to be a big earthquake. And it's only going to be one mountain left. And that's going to be the mountain of the Most High Yah. Everything else is going to become flat. You're going to be able to see from this way, from that way, all this way. And from the north, south, east, and west, it's going to be flat. It's going to become plain land. The only mountain that will be left on earth will be the mountain of the Most High Yah. And that will be Zion. And then the verse 10, the entire land will change to a plain. From Geba to Rimnon, from South Jerusalem, and Jerusalem will become lofty. It will be settled in its place. From the gate of Benjamin, and to the place of the first gate, and to the corner gate, and from the tower of Hinnom, and up to the king's winery. People will live in it, and there will be no more devastation. And Jerusalem will be settled in security. Hallelujah. We're going to be living in security. All praises to the Most High. Y'all give him thanks for this, because the Most High said, when my words go out, they will not come back void. So this is going to happen. And this couldn't have happened yet. For those people who are teaching that the law has been fulfilled, how has the law been fulfilled when you don't see one mountain and you don't see the rest of the world in a plain land? So this has not happened yet. This is what the great earthquake, the final earthquake, is coming to do. It's going to flatten out all the land. It's only going to be one mountain. And that's the mountain of the Most High Yah. It's going to be one mountain. That's Zion. That's the only mountain that's going to be left. And you'll be able to see it. And we don't care which way you look, you'll be able to see Mount Zion. You will know that the Most High Yah is dwelling right there. You won't have to guess no more. And this will be hold on. Did I mix it? Oh yeah, and the people will live in it, and there will be no more devastation, and Jerusalem will be settled in security. Nope, keep going. And this will be the plague which the Most High Yah will strike all the people that have organized against Jerusalem. There's a plague. Didn't I tell y'all there's a plague coming? I told you there's a plague coming. I told you to go and get you some mouthwash. Go get yourself and lock yourself in your house for a while, because there's a plague coming. There's a sword coming. There's a plague coming. I'm not saying this because I'm psychic. I'm saying it because I read it. I ain't prophesying nothing. I'm just reading the book. Did I say when it was going to come? Like I also said, the Most High Yah got a year and a day. The day ain't here yet. Because all this stuff got to happen first. And we're going to see it. Everything that's in this book ain't happened yet. And Daniel said what? Daniel chapter 12. And at that time, Michael was stand, the great heavenly prince, who stands in support of the members of Israel. And there will be a time of trouble, such as there never had been since there was a nation until that time. But at that time, Israel will escape. Everything that is found written in this book will occur. So have y'all seen the land turn into a plain land yet? Everything in this book will occur. And Zechariah says that there's going to be a great shaking, and then the entire land will change into a plain land. It'll be all flat. And that the mountain of Zion, that water will flow from Jerusalem down to the east, down to the west. Do you see this? Y'all don't even know what Jerusalem is, because y'all, again, I reiterate, y'all arguing about it. So this has not happened yet. Some of you say it's in America, some says in South America, some says over in Asia, some says in Africa, some says here, some says in the east. But we just read over there that the east is where the wicked people is, so it can't be in the east. He called them foreigners and they wicked, and he called them mankind. Now that we know that everything in this book will occur, don't you realize now you got some work to do? You got to turn from your wicked ways, start following these laws, statutes, commandments. Turn your heart and all your mind and your soul and everything you do, how you walk, how you talk, how you pray, how you sing, how you worship. You need to change it, because this ain't happened yet. Oh, we didn't see an orange dude talking about he a king. Stop talking about he King Cyrus on TV. Because the only one he says we're going to see is the Most High Yah, and the only one name we're going to be talking about is his. That's what I just read in Zechariah. Now, the Most High Yah says there will be a plague with which the Most High Yah will strike all the people that have organized against Jerusalem. What did the Most High Yah say about, what did I tell y'all? That if you lay your hands on Jacob, if you came and mess with his land, he will gonna get you. What part of that? Why would I lie about it? What do I have to gain to lie that the Most High said, I'm going to get you? If you have cursed Jacob, I'm going to get you. If you have messed with my land, I'm going to get you. What part of that? Why would I gotta lie? Why would I need to lie? I don't profit from none of this. I don't get paid for this. In fact, I get straight hate. Hate mail, hate emails, hate inboxes. I don't get love from nobody. This is estranged me from my family. Telling this stuff is estranged me from people I've been friends with for over 30 years. The girl I've been friends with since I was 12 years old turned on me when I told her you need to be worshiping the Most High Yah and not Jesus. She cussed me out. You don't tell me not to worship my God. Let me know your God and my God ain't the same then. but she was warned. Now, each one's flesh will melt away while he stands on his feet. Each one's eyes will melt away in their sockets, and each one's tongue will melt away in their mouth. He's going to send a plague that are going to cause your, let me read it again, because this is going to be a spectacle here. Because we're going to watch your flesh is going to melt away while you're standing on your feet. You're going to be standing up and your flesh is going to melt away. Have y'all seen this happen yet? Then he says, your eyes will melt away in your sockets. Brutally killed. You will be brutally killed. This sounds brutal. I don't want to be on the end of the Most High Yah's plagues and swords. I don't want to be on there. I don't. I will follow the law. I will do the commandments. I will keep the Sabbaths because I don't want to be the receiver of this. Then he says, and your each one's tongue will melt away in his mouth. It shall be on that day that there will be a great panic of the Most High Yah among them. What did Malachi say? Who will survive when he shows up? This ain't no game. Each one will grab the hands of his fellow, and he will raise his hands up against the hands of his fellow. And then Judah, the tribe of Judah, will wage war against them. And then all the wealth of all the nations all around will be gathered by Judah. And Judah will go get gold, silver, garments, in great abundance and similarities. Will be the plague of horse, mule, camel, donkey, all the animals that will be in those camps, just as this plague. The Most High Yah ain't just gonna get y'all. He's gonna get y'all horses, your mules, your camels, your donkeys, and all the animals that live with y'all. Y'all done cursed the poor animals. That camp with you all. And it shall be that all who are left from all the nations who had invaded in Jerusalem will come up every year to worship the King, Most High Yah. That's how I said, the King, Most High Yah, the Master of Allegiance, and to celebrate the festival of Sukkot. After this, then we'll be able to practice the festival of Sukkot again. And it shall be, whichever of the families of the land that do not go to Jerusalem to bow down before the King, Yah, the Master of Allegiance, they will get no rain upon them. So there's still going to be punishment on the earth, and there's still going to be death on the earth. They told you in the New Testament, they twisted the truth. That's why I call it the New Testament. And told you that everybody is going to live in peace and joy. No. Everybody's going to get to live forever. No. Only people who get to live forever are the people who teach the law like I do, and the people who live the law. You teach the law and you live the law. If you ain't living the law and you ain't teaching the law, you don't get to live forever. Death will still be on the table for you. But the difference is you'll get to live longer. Won't no be dying at 20 and 30 anymore or something like that. Because he said a baby would die at 100 years old. So a baby will be 100 years old. death will still be on the table for those who didn't get the law written on their heart. If you got the law written on your heart, you're good. You good. But you got to be practicing the law now. You can't wait to do it. You got to be keeping the law now. You have to be serving the Most High Yah. You have to love Him with all of your heart and all of His soul. Let's go to Deuteronomy 30. Because I know y'all going to be like, no, what is that? Deuteronomy. Y'all been taught lies. Y'all been taught nothing but lies. Am I done over in Zechariah? Let me go and finish Zechariah. But if a family of Egypt that does not go and does not come to Jerusalem, there will be no water for them. And the same plague come to pass, which the Most High Yah will strike the nations that do not go up to celebrate the festival of Sukkot. This will be the punishment of Egyptians and the punishment of all the nations that will not go up to celebrate the festival of Sukkot. And on that day will be written on the horse's bell, holy unto Yah. And the pots in the temple of to Yah will be as numerous as the bowls before the altar. And it will happen that every pot in Jerusalem and in Judah will be holy unto the Most High Yah, the Master of Legions. All that we do will come and take from them and cook in them. And there will no longer be any merchants in the temple of the Most High Yah, the Master of Legions, on that day. So you will not be selling books. You will not be doing this. You will not be selling plates. We will no longer be partying with coin in the house of the Most High Yah. We'll be cooking dinner. We'll be cooking in the pot. And we'll be coming and telling people the law. That's what will be happening from now on. Now, we finished with Zechariah, so when I finish with Deuteronomy, we can jump back over to Joel, because I'm almost done. I only got 2 more precepts. That's Joel and Malachi after Deuteronomy. But Deuteronomy 30 says this. Yeah. Deuteronomy 30 says this. I'm going to start at verse 11. For the commandment that I command you today, it is not hidden from you. It is not distant from you. It is not in heaven for you to say, who can ascend to heaven and take it so I can listen and I can do it? Nor is it across the sea. So you can say, cross the sea and go get it and take it so I can listen, so I can do it. Rather, the matter is right in front of you. It's right here. You just heard it. It is in your mouth and it is in your heart to perform it. It's in front of you. Now it's in your mouth. It is in your heart. You got to perform it now. See, I have placed before you today the life and the good and the death and the evil. He said, I have placed before you what will make you live, and I will place before you what will make you die. Hear that? That which I command you today, to love the Most High Yah your God, to walk in his ways, to observe his commandments, to observe his decrees, to observe his ordinance. Then you will live and you will multiply. Then he says, I will call heaven and earth to bear a witness against you. I told you, everything tells on you. And I have placed life and death before you, I've placed the blessing and the curse. He says, you shall choose life and you will live, and so will your offspring. But he says, it's right before you, right here now. It's all in your heart and it's in your mouth. And he says you need to perform it. That means you got to do it before he show up. Now, Joel. Let's go to Joel 3. I'm almost done, y'all. I need to go to the store and get me some fish. I ran out of fish. I'm looking for Joey on my brain. Thinking about fish. Stop thinking about fish. Joel 3:17. Okay, I always do this. In my book is 4. In my book is 4. It's not 3. For behold the days, and in that time, in my book is 4, and your book is 3. Now, behold, in those days, at that time, when I bring back the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will gather all the nations and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. He's going to gather us and bring everybody down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. No one will skip this judgment. You will not have a lawyer. You will not have a representative. Your husband can't stand there for you, and your wife can't stand there for you, husband. You each will be what? Judged for your own sin. And I will contend with them. They're concerning my people, my possessions, because of Israel, how they dispersed my children, how they divided my land, how they cast lots for my people, how they gave boys for harlots, how they gave girls for wine and drinking of blood, and what you are to me. Here is it, Tyre, Sidon, and the districts of Philistia. Are you going to pay me requital? He said, are you going to rest? Are you going to pay me for a requital? He says, nope. And he says, are you going to get one for me? Nope. Swiftly and soon will I return your requital on your heads, for you have taken my silver and my gold out of my storehouses. Didn't I tell you? This is the second precept I read today, that you have taken the Most High Yah's money out his bank. And you have brought my desirables and my goods and my possessions to your palaces, And you sold the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem to the Greeks in order to distance them from their borders. And behold, did you hear that? Y'all sold Judah and Jerusalem to the Greeks. Who is the Greeks? Catholics and the Christians, baby. Them the Catholics and the Christians. How do I know they the Greeks? Because they got a Greek book and they teach from a Greek book. That's how I know they the Greeks. He says, and I will arouse them from the place to which you sold them, and I will return your requital upon your head, because you sold my kids. He says this, I will sell your kids. I'm just reading it. Into the hands of the children of Judah, and then Judah will sell your kids to the Sabaeans. Who are the Sabaeans? I don't know, but they sound scary. They sound scarier than Edom. Because y'all know we scared of some white people. We scared of white people. These people sound scarier than the white people. To a distant people, for the Most High Yah has spoken. Did you hear that? Because you did what? You did what? You sold their children. Woo, let's keep reading. And then announced among the nations. The Most High Yah says, prepare for war. Arouse the mighty men. Let the men of war approach and ascend. Beat your plows into swords and your pruning forks into spears. Judah finna conquer y'all. Even the weak one will say, I am mighty. Ooh, we're going to get our get back. We're going to get our lick back. The Most High y'all going to let us get a lick in on y'all before Judah sell y'all. He's going to let y'all get a lick. He's going to let Judah get a lick in. And let all the surrounding nations hurry and come. And let them gather together. And there the Most High Yah will demolish you. And let the nations rouse themselves and go up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will sit to judge all the nations from all around. Extend the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. And he said it's right. Y'all harvest is ripe. Y'all blood don't reach the heavens. All y'all wicked sins don't reach the heavens, and it's ripened. It's time to be harvested. Come and trample the grapes, for the winery is full. The vats are overflowed, for their evil is great. Didn't I just say that? And multitudes upon multitudes will fall in the valley of final decisions, the valley of Jehoshaphat. For the day of the Most High Yah is near in the valley of final decisions, the valley of Jehoshaphat. And the sun and the moon will become blackened on that day, and the stars will have withdrawn their shines, and the Most High Yah will roar from Zion, and he will emit his force from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth will tremble. But the Most High Yah will be a shelter for the children of Israel, and a stronghold for the children of Israel. Thus, you will know that I am the Most High Yah, who dwells in Zion. He's coming to dwell down here. So they teaching you Christianity, y'all going up there. The Most High Yah said, I'm coming down here. And it says, the wicked people will no longer pass through Zion. And it shall be that on that day, that the mountains will drip with wine, and the hills will flow with milk, and the watercourse of Judah will flow with water, and the spring will go out from the house of the Most High Yah, and the water to the valley of Shittim. Egypt will become desolate, and Edom, the Edomites, will become a desolate wilderness because of the robbery of the children of Judah. For they shed innocent blood in the land. Y'all shed innocent blood in the land, Edom. You shed innocent blood in the land, Egypt. He said, Edom and Egypt shed innocent blood of Judah, and because you did, I'm coming for you. And Judah was this forever, and Jerusalem for generations to generations. Do I cleanse their bloodshed? I will not cleanse when the Most High God dwells inside. See, you don't get to just do what you want, when you want, how you want, and think you're going to cover yourself with blood and you're going to be saved. That ain't what this says. He said, I'm going to cleanse with bloodshed, but you won't be cleansed with somebody else's blood. Let's go to Malachi. In your book is 4, and verses 2 to 3. In my book is 3, 20 to 21. Good news, bad news. Good news, if you follow the laws, the statutes, and commandments, you won't have to find out the bad news. Now, it reads, for behold, the day is coming, burning like an oven, when all the wicked and all the evildoers will be like straw, and that coming day will burn upon them up, says the Most High Yah, the Master of Legions, so that it will not leave them either root nor branch. The sun, S-U-N, of righteousness will shine on you, Israel, because you feared my name, with healing in its rays, and you will go out and flourish like calves fattening the stall, and you will trample the wicked, for they will be ashes under your sole of your feet. And on that day that bring about, says the Most High Yah, the Master of Legions, he says, before it comes, remember the Torah of Moses, my servant. And remember in Paleo Hebrew means do it. Not just think about it. Remember means do it in Paleo Hebrew. That means do the Torah of Moses, my servant, which I command you, him on Horeb, for all Israel. Do the decrees and the statutes, and you will be saved. Let's go to Obadiah, the last one. I'm almost done, Bishop. You're going to go to the store. Mama needs some fish. Obadiah. Obadiah sums it up of everything, the good and the bad. I can remember where it is in this book. It's 1370, I believe. Yep, there it is. Now, Obadiah sums this all up, and it will be done. I am at 3 hours. It says here, for the day, verse 15, for the day, for the Most High Yah is upon all the nations. It's close. As you have done, so shall you be done to you. Your requital shall return upon your head. He does not take bribes, my people. For just as you drunk on my holy mountain, so will the nations drink ceasingly. They will drink and be confounded and become as they never were. And on Mount Zion, there will be a refuge, and it will be a house of Jacob. Jacob will inherit those who dispose them. And the house of Jacob will be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau will be straw, and they will ignite them and devour them. And there will be no survivors of the house of Esau, for the Most High Yah has spoken. So that is it. That is the lesson for the day. We know the consequences of your actions can be good or bad. Choose this day whom you will serve. Have you decided to follow Yah? Have you decided to follow Yah? Have you decided to follow Yah? No turning back, no turning back. Have you decided to follow Yah? Have you decided to follow Yah? Have you decided to follow Yah? No turning back, no turning back. You have two decisions. Choose life or death. Follow the laws or don't. That's it. All praises to Creator Yah, the first and last, for giving us the laws, the statutes, commandments, and being the Elohim who do not change. And let's honor him. Let's honor him by saying, Hallelujah, all praise the Most High Yah. Hallelujah, all praise the Most High Yah. Hallelujah, all praises to the Most High Yah.